Whoa. I love it. Hey guys, so I came on a little trip here to Kelowna just by myself. I want to ride the trail network here at Gallard. I really love this place. So today I brought out my Insta360 X5 and also the X4 Air. Both these 360 cameras are a lot of fun, and as a mountain bike content creator, I've been enjoying both, but one of them I choose more often than the other. This video is of course sponsored by Insta360, and if you've been considering the Insta360 X5 or the new X4 Air, but haven't been sure which one is best for you, now's actually a really good time to take a closer look. Both cameras are currently on sale for Prime Day with some of the biggest discounts we've seen so far. The X5 is at 20% off, only $439 US, or the X4 Air is 25% off at $299 US. You'll even get 2 free accessories through my affiliate link in the description below and in the pinned comment. In this video, I'm going to explain all the pros and cons of each camera, why you might choose the X5 or why you might choose the X4 Air, and by the end, we'll be able to conclude which person each camera is for. Here we got the Insta360 X5. This camera came out a year ago. It is the flagship camera. Of course, it's got the bigger lenses, bigger sensor, all the bells and whistles. And then we got the smaller, lighter X4 Air with almost all the same bells and whistles as the X5, but in a smaller, lighter, and cheaper package. Its lighter weight form factor does make it pretty convenient for certain shoots. The X5 weighs in just over 200 grams. The X4 Air weighs in at 165 grams. That's actually a noticeable difference, but it might not be that noticeable for you. The X4 Air has smaller batteries, which means less battery life. Honestly, I haven't really complained about the battery life with the X4 Air. You can definitely see some differences in sizing. The X4 Air is a bit shorter. The lenses are smaller on here because the sensor is smaller on the X4 Air, which means it's not as good at low light. The X4 Air just has one simple button in the middle here. X5 has 2 buttons here. The X4 Air does simplify things a bit more. One thing I love about the 360 cameras is just the ability to reframe your shots in post and just make it look like whatever you want. I have a lot of fun with that, and I think the colors out of these cameras look really good, especially on a day like today with clear blue skies. You'll see each camera has a built-in windscreen here for some better sound. They even got another windscreen accessory for each of these cameras that look like little headphones for more wind reduction for the stereo mics. I think those are a great accessory to have for these cameras. I always use those now. So this is just stereo audio right now. There's a little bit of a breeze. You probably are not hearing it because of the mic windscreens. Here I put on the auto wind noise reduction strong setting. This is probably the best audio setting to use. I'm quite happy with it. It's a combination of both the windscreens built in and also the algorithm to try and remove any other remaining wind noise. I do just want to recommend these windscreen mic covers as great accessories for the X5 and the X4 Air. So there's really a lot of similarities for the X5 and the X4 Air. So because of that, a lot of you will be just fine paying the cheaper price for a lighter and smaller, more compact camera. The X5 does seem to have a brighter screen compared to the X4 Air. They can both do 8K 30 frames per second. The X4 Air can actually do 6K up to 50 frames per second, while the X5 can do 5.7K plus 30 frames or 5.7K 60 frames. X5 can do 4K up to 120 frames per second. X4 Air is still limited to 50 frames per second at 4K. One thing that's actually kind of interesting, on the X4 Air, you can do HDR on with 8K 30 frames, while on the X5, it's not supported for 8K 30. You have to go down to 5.7K for HDR. You can see how the lenses on the X4 Air are a little bit smaller because the sensor size is smaller. Smaller touchscreen on the X4 Air, obviously. All right, just attaching on the X5 to my helmet here. So that's how I'm attaching my X5 and X4 Air to my helmet, making sure that the windscreens are facing forward to take advantage of them. So the X5 does stick out lower than the X4 Air, obviously, and with the X4 Air being lighter on my helmet, it is pretty nice. Let's first ride with the X5, ride some fun trails, and let's show you what these two cameras can do. These cameras always look so good in these conditions. So the X5, obviously the most powerful camera. Bigger sensor, bit better image quality. All right, nice. X5 is always a really solid choice for recording. Flagship 360 camera, bigger sensor, bigger lens. Look at the views. What do you think of the colors? The video quality. All right, we got the X4 Air on the helmet now. I can tell it's just a little bit lighter. You know, it's about 3/4 the weight, and yeah, it is noticeable. Oh, that was a bottom out on the fork. In bright light conditions like this, I imagine that the quality of the X4 Air and the X5 are like indistinguishable. They should probably look about the same. So the X4 Air is great for well-lit scenarios like this. The downside to the X4 Air is it's just not as good at low light since it has a smaller sensor. Lots of grip on these rocks. Could you notice the difference between the cameras? So I'm just filming in flat mode. I always like to use flat mode and then color grade. Also got adaptive tone here on the X4 Air. Here we go, Casino Royale. This is such a sick trail. So adaptive tone is just kind of to help you get better looking footage without color grading. It's supposed to have a bit more of a contrast to it. Okay, I'm not, oh, I could do this, but I'm not gonna do it today because I'm just all alone. But oh, look, they put some new pieces in. Huh. Here we've got single lens mode on the X4 Air. I forget how this trail goes. So what do you think about this? It's not as wide, but it is a, oh sick. It is a higher image quality. I feel like it's 4K, single lens, but yeah, the only kind of downside is maybe it's not quite as wide.
I have to say, this is actually a bit wider than I was expecting. So this could actually be usable as just regular action camera footage, making these 360 cameras very versatile.
Oh, okay, that was a bit of a harsh landing there. So what do you think of single lens mode? And how about single lens mode on the X5 here? We got 4K 60 frames. I think it's exactly the same width as the X4 Air. Lower Casino Royale, here we go. Yeah, I love that you can do this, so they're more versatile cameras. So, what do you think of the single lens mode? Is it wide enough? This is the action field of view. There's ultra, there's mega. This trail's sick. I love all this woodwork, isn't this sick? Woohoo, yeah. So cool. Or if you feel like single lens mode is a little too restrictive, here's another option. Instaframe, where you can get both vertical and horizontal at the same time. Ooh, they worked on these. They worked on these. I'm not doing this. Not with the, nah, not today, dang. So here what I'm doing on the X4 Air, I can do 6K, 30 frames a second, 360 mode, and 1080p, 30 frames per second, flat mode, or I mean like flat perspective, which is so now I put the X5 on the camera here, and I've got a bit of a better Instaframe 2.0 mode here. So I'm still filming 1080, 30 frames per second vertical mode with 5.7K plus, 30 frames, 360 mode. Sick, this is awesome. Back to regular 8K, 30 frames per second mode. Yo, One thing I love about these Insta360 360 cams is the different stabilization modes we've got. There's direction lock, which you're pretty used to seeing. It's just very stable. It's horizon locks. You only kind of move left and right. And then you have to do some keyframes in your editing. But there's two other cool modes. There's tilt recovery and then there's jitter restoration, which can eliminate the need for keyframes. I love the way that these look. They just look so much more active and looks more like an action camera. I think they're pretty fun. No more keyframing. I'm not sure if any other competitors can offer these stabilization modes, but that's one really cool thing about Insta360. So it doesn't matter whether you got the X4 Air, the X5, you have access to these stabilization modes in the Insta360 Studio. Another really cool accessory to check out are the ND filters. I got the ND16 filters for the X5, and for conditions like this, it's pretty much perfect to try out. With so much light here, it's good to put an ND filter on. We can afford a slower shutter speed, which means more motion blur. So it just looks a little bit more professional, a bit more cinematic, you know? ND16, and then I put a manual shutter speed. This is a pretty cool accessory. But I can do it. All right. I love it. Sick. Whoa. Sick. It's getting darker. We're gonna ride some fresh workout here. These jumps are looking sick. So fun. We are now getting pretty dark. The X5 is definitely better than the X4 Air for low light with its bigger sensor and everything. All right guys, the sun is officially setting in 10 minutes, but as you can see, there's already cloud cover. It's getting pretty dark. It'll be even darker in the trees. So now I put on pure video mode, 8K 30 frames per second on the X5, which is better for low light. Yeah, it is pretty dark. Old wall ride. All right, gets a little steep here. (240th of a second shutter speed and 1600 ISO. Nice. This one is so jank. So this is no longer pure video mode. How does this look? Sick. Gets nicer over here. Yo, not going for that. That was fun. As you can see, it is the end of the day, no more light to film. I had a lot of fun today and I hope you guys did too. I hope you can understand the benefits of each camera and which one might be best for you. So in my opinion, which camera am I gonna choose more often than the other? It's gonna have to be the X5 just because it's more powerful, better in low light. It's got a bit better resolution frame rate options better battery life, and I don't really mind the extra weight too much, to be honest. I can admit sometimes the X4 Air is nice to take along just because it's lighter and less noticeable. A bit ago I went to Kamloops and I took the X4 Air along instead of the X5, especially since it's wide out in the open, which means great lighting. It's not really low light out there, and I just thought it would be nice to ride with a bit of a lighter camera on my helmet. So you can see some of the footage here. I thought it looks really nice. So the X4 Air is gonna be great for people who are newer to the 360 camera world. It is lighter, more simple to use, and it still has all the essential features you need, especially if you film primarily in the daytime. This camera does great in well-lit scenarios. It's a bit more compact, and of course the cheaper price is very attractive at about $399. While the X5 is gonna get you top of the line footage with proper low light capabilities. It's got the bigger sensor, better image quality, bigger battery life. If you're more serious about filming, spend the extra money and get the X5. So I've got affiliate links down in the description, check them out. I do get a kickback for every sale. It definitely helps out this channel. So let me know in the comments which camera looks more attractive to you.
And don't forget the special sales on right now, links in the description.
Thanks everyone, I will see you guys next time.